I want to give you a quick tour of my show, which is currently up at Damm Gallery in Berlin. Show is called Hurt Me Plenty and was opened last Friday, September 12th. We enter on the right side, there's a whole series of a hand holding a gun, and this is a picture from the computer game Duke Nukem 3D from 1996. It's a screen print, 4-color screen print. It's a very low resolution grid mixed with the pixel image of this computer game. When you play the game, it's your hand holding the weapon in the game. So it's like always in the lower right corner of the screen, where the player is kind of reaching into virtual space. It's a very 90s idea. The first-person shooter idea first came into place back then. For me, it's like a symbol of us entering digital space in 3D space, and I like very much to oppose the classic pixel as the basic element of digital, to mix it with the grid from printing, which is like also a very basic element in printing. So here's 4 of these guns, hand with a gun, called what's the title again? Come Get Some is the title of the piece. And the 2 hands here are titled What Are You Waiting For? It's a similar technique. It's screen print on wood, and it's set up in space. It's the 2 hands, Duke Nukem. When you're not playing the game, when you're just waiting there, he would crack his knuckles with his 2 hands, and this is the first frame of the animation. So it's again our hands like reaching into that space, or you playing the character reaching into that space. Here it's a screen print. It's again the grid and the pixels, but on top of the wood structure, which came out really nice, I think. We can see this from the back too. Over there we have 2 graphic cards. I think it's very interesting how graphic cards are fetishized objects. It's a piece of hardware which is running in your computer. You don't know how they look like, but gamers very much care about them. They are very powerful. They are status symbols. They can be very expensive, like these 2 ones, and also they are set under current from an electronic fence system. So when you touch them, you get an electrical get a little electrical hit on your fingers, so they're really hot, I would say. It's also what 10 years ago was a supercomputer is today like in one of these graphic cards. So they are very powerful in computing numbers, and for that reason they're not only taking care of what you see on your screen, but they also are used in Bitcoin mining, or they are also used in cracking passwords, for example. And when we come to passwords, on the left side we have 4 of these prints. It's pencil on paper with a pen plotter printed, and when you go close you see it's passwords. So each of these sheets has 10,000 passwords on it from Yahoo. Yahoo lost a database in 2012. There's always services losing databases recently. And they're printed here in a very subtle pencil technique on these very minimal, it has these very minimal pieces. 120 by 1 meter. And there's each time when there's a new pen, there's a dark line appearing. So this print takes the whole night, and the pens are swapped by time to time. This is the view from the other side. Okay. The graphic cards are mounted on aluminum. Okay. We have we have 4 smartphones displaying vertical videos. Videos I took during my travels in airplanes or trains, and I filmed people playing computer games on their phones without being noticed by them. So this is like I'm very interested in this, how our attention is bound to the screen, how we watch screens like you do right now. And also we don't notice that someone is filming us at the same time. So it's about privacy, and it's about the way how we interact with the digital space and computer games. And this is presented on these 4 phones here. We have a hard disk crusher, and for the opening night everybody was invited to bring their own hard disk and to crush their hard disk with this official machine. We can have a little example here. So when I take this old hard drive, I can put it in the ideal 0101, press the button, and then there's a RAM going through this hard drive, rendering it destroyed. Let's check. So after this, there's a hole in this hard drive, and you cannot mount it anymore on a computer. This is an official machine which is sold, and there's a bunch of companies making different of these kind of machines. I think it's quite interesting that we live in this very sophisticated electronic times and glossy computers and all this, and at the same time you have a machine. You have also an official machine which is with the only reason to destroy data in the end when a computer is recycled. And data on one hand is very light and ephemeral, and at the same time we all know what is in the cloud today we will never get rid of again. And we still have hard drives. Maybe we won't have hard drives soon anymore. It's a very interesting topic. Connected to this machine, there's also an installation in the back. Here's a little table with some mounted dismantled hard drives. Somebody scratched on here on the platter, and there's 2 videos running. And one is as a commercial on these machines which destroy hard drives. So there's 3 different advertisings for them, and it's the same as what I just mentioned before. It's again like a very archaic machine, but it's about a clean way to get rid of data. And on the left side, there's a video from The Guardian where they were forced last year to destroy their computers with the Snowden files, which also was sort of like a desperate move by the government, by the British government, to kind of stop the reporting about the Snowden leaks. And all this kind of tells a lot about how we live with data today, and what's going on there. And last but not least, there's a print on the wall. It's a pen plotter print. It's also the title of the show. These sentences are sentences taken from the computer game Doom, which is also Doom 3D, was a very early first-person shooter from 1995, and those are the skill levels. So when you want to play easy, you would choose I'm Too Young to Die, and when you play very hard, you would choose Nightmare. Hurt Me Plenty is right in the middle, and I see these sentences also you can apply them to whatever you want to, also to where we want to live today maybe, or is this already Nightmare? And everybody has a different take on it. So this was the brief tour of the show. It's already 10 minutes, not very brief anymore. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you have a chance, come by and check it out. Bye bye.